Well, there are two ways that I study different from those of other students. Firstly, I will not note down as soon as the teacher just writing down on the blackboard. I will summarize it and have one style that I have known and write it down on my notebook. Secondly, I will not go to every class. I prefer to study home by myself because I think that if the teacher is not that good at teaching, I prefer watching at home by myself. I prefer going to the department stores and shopping in large grocery stores because I think that if I can go to the department stores and shopping there are a lot of things that I can choose rather than going to small specialty stores or shops. And the other reason why I love to go to the department stores is there are many food courts just under their level, yeah. And I love to eat everything, so if I can eat something there and shopping at the same time, I think that is very convenient. A student writes a letter to propose that the university should have their own art museums. The man in the conversation disagrees with the proposal. First of all, he disagrees that they really need to have an own art museum because he says they only have to spend half an hour and they can get to the county art museum. Second, he also thinks that the alumni have helped them to build up new library and new student center, so they might not just help them to build up a building that they don't really need. For these reasons, the man disapproves of the student's new proposal. Optimal foraging refers to the animals that will minimize the energy to get the maximized nutrition they need. And the professor in the biology class uses a species of crow as an example. She says that the crow love to eat a type of shellfish which has a hard outer shell. And there are two things that they have to do that can eat the shellfish. Firstly, they have to pick up the biggest shellfish. Of course, they have the most nutrition in it. Second, they have to pick the shellfish and flew to the sky and just throw it down and break it open by crushing the rocks. And if they flew too low, they have to pick it up and throw it down again. And if they flew too high, they have to just wasting the energy. The man in the conversation is facing a problem that he has to rewrite his report for his biology class, and he also plans to go home for his family reunion. And he the professor gave him two ways. He can either just finish his report in a week, or he can wait till the next semester and complete his report in the fall. And in my opinion, it's better for the man to do it right now and finish it in a week because I think that the family reunion can be date every time. It's not. It's just okay. And if he really afraid of the material he wanna get in the library, he can just search it on the net, and that's it. In a lecture, the professor talks about two ways advertising can be seen to negatively affect the environment. One is the wasting of the natural resources, and the other is the beautiful view blocking. And first, the professor points out that there are too many advertises that just send to the people who don't really need the service or the product. She takes herself for example. She just rent an apartment and she received many just kitchen renovation service, and they covered by a lot of paper and some books, and it's really wasting. And the professor goes on to talk about the view blocking. He says that there is a road passing through a beautiful area, and there's a big billboard just advertise the restaurant where to eat, and it's really ruining the beautiful scenery.